Hey everyone, this is Rick. Today I want to talk about humidifying comic books in a humidity chamber. I want to show you the tools that I use to do this and the durations that I do it for. It depends a lot on your pressure and your temperature and your ambient conditions. In the book, something I rarely do. I only do it, in fact, if the book is like a gross level defect that goes through all the pages, like a blunted corner or a big fold, maybe like a subscription crease in the book, or if the spine needs to be corrected, if it needs a spine adjustment, especially spine roll, then I'll humidify a book. And it's usually just 24 hours in a humidity chamber, which is just a book supported over water in a sealed box. It's really nothing fancier than that, and people have been making them and using them for decades, but I wanted to, since I was doing it anyway, I wanted to show an example of what I do. The book in question is Avengers 13. It had a pretty severe spine roll, and it's always going to have it because these staples here don't line up very well along the spine, but this was really fanned out in the back, and it's been corrected. Now I'm not going to show that part. That's just not the subject of this video, and I've learned not to throw too many things in a single video. So this one's going to focus on the humidification part, which this book is, obviously quite dirty still, but it's at least straighter than it was. So what I'm going to show you is how I build a humidity chamber, which I use a sheet, which I call a vacuum dryer sheet, which is also used for drying. It's just a perforated piece of really thick plastic. The reason I like it so thick is if I decide to put a weight on it while it's drying afterwards, it can do that without bowing too much. And a spine supporter, because I don't like, in case this book, the spine's pretty devastated, but if it weren't devastated and you let the book sort of relax under moisture, the spine could flatten out, and it could put creases in the spine while you were humidifying. So I like to have a special spine supporter with some holes in it there. I just leave it for a day. Honestly, like 4 to 6 hours is probably long enough. I leave them usually for a day just to make sure it's nice and saturated. Take them out and press, do the magic that I do normally, pressing and adjusting stuff. So anyway, I'm going to show this in this video, and I hope you enjoy it. Take care. Bye-bye. This is the chamber that we're going to use here. I just bought this from Home Depot. This is the Avengers number 13 book. It has a really severely dented front right corner, and the spine is folded over just from reading. The staples are not along the spine, but we're not going to correct that. We'll let that stay as it is, but the spine needs sort of a little bit of repair, and to do that we need to humidify the entire book. I won't show it in this video, it's not the point of it, but see how it's fanned out like this? I just want that to be lined up a little bit nicer. The book has not been cleaned at all. I just wanted to get it straightened up first, and then I'll probably just clean it later. You can see that this is the container. It's the Easy Storage 50 liter. I got this at the Home Depot. It was like $20, I think. It's IP67 rated. It's got a silicone seal. It's got 6 different latches on top. It really does a great job at holding in the moisture, or keeping moisture out if you want to keep things dry, for that matter. I really like it. So all I'll do is take these 250 milliliter tri-pour beakers. I like them because they have a nice big supportive surface. I fill them with water instead of pouring it in the bottom of the container, so that it's not, so these don't try to become buoyant. I use 5, and it works just as well as pouring water in the bottom, if you're wondering. This is a thicker version of my vacuum dryer. It's nice and sturdy in case I want to use it with some weights later for drying. I have a perforated spine protector. Put this in the middle. There are 2 marks on either side of the vacuum dryer board that help me line this up in case the book's on top of it and I can't see if it's aligned or not. This helps me to see where that is in the middle if the book's in the way. That really helps. Then, really trying to follow us logically after that, you just put the book on there and wait a day, wait 24 hours. I find that usually after 6 or 8 hours things are pretty well done, but especially if it's warm out. But 24 hours is a good rule of thumb. Put this on top, snap it in place, and you just wait. And then I just corrected the spine and fixed the book. That's all there is to it. This is a short video though, so I'll have a little bit extra bonus material here in just a moment. And just for those who wanted to see, this is what the book looks like in situ, and you can see the level of the liquid. If you look around the perforations, you can even see where they're fogged up quite a bit already from the water evaporation. So just for fun, I'm going to show you how I use this MacuDryer in the same chamber to wash things too. I will sometimes use it in and here's the remade paper. I use the same sandwich on top many times to keep the pages from curling up and sticking to the edge of the chamber. You know, I just sort of play it by ear if I need it. If I see the page curling up, I'll make a sandwich with the remade paper and the MacuDryer on top. So here's the book. It looks pretty bad. This is ASM 38. It's really very dirty. It needs a good cleaning, and if I were just to wipe this with a MacuClean, I'd be wiping all day to get that out of there. This is just much less work if I remove the cover. This is a 0.1% solution of a MacuClean in water, so it's 2 mils in 2 liters by volume. And you don't have to. You can just use water. It works. The lower surface tension, because there's a surfactant, helps to clean this, but it's not necessary at all. And then I just run that in here. The duration here was only 20 minutes in this case. And then I took it out and used the same MacuDryers to dry it. And you can see that in just a moment here. So 20 minutes later, I will reach in. Sometimes I will dip this in another prepared container with just DI water in it, just to make sure it's extra clean, but this solution is not too dirty, so I didn't think that was necessary in this particular case. But I'll use the same MacuDryer remade paper, but another sheet of remade, another MacuDryer to perform the drying in this particular book. And so what I'll do is I'll put some paper towels here. They don't need to go all the way to the edges. They can, it doesn't, not absolutely necessary. And I'll put some more remade paper on top, make a little sandwich with another MacuDryer. And I have these little legs, you can see them here on the left, that I can screw through there and tighten it, but sometimes the book grows, it gets a little bit bigger, and in this case I want it to be sort of neutral. So I'll just put some clamps here and allow it to dry from the bottom and the top. In this case, I let it dry overnight. This was another additional 24 hours of drying like this, and then it came out, okay. I'll show you those pictures in a moment. Here's that book now, that Amazing Spider-Man book. It looks better than it did, certainly. I think you'll see, I didn't have that attached to the cover, but it looks like this. Looks considerably better after just that little bit of cleaning. It's going to be difficult to reattach, but I'll do it just for fun. And I'll show you some before and after pictures of that too here. Here are those before and after pictures. We have the front top cover. I'll let you take a look at that for a minute here. And then I'll show you the front bottom before and after. And then the next one is going to be the back left bottom corner. See some of those stains or water stains are gone. We have, this is the interior right side of the book, the rear cover, and then the interior left. You can see the differences there. So that's it, folks. There's not much to it. It's kind of a simple video and a simple task, but it's effective. And I like to toss the washing in there just because I was doing the same thing, doing that experiment on the same day. So if you want to buy a kit from me to do this humidity chamber, then you can do so. I'll put a link in the description below. All right, take care. Have a good week. Bye-bye.